Well, the whole Hulk Hogan death situation just took a dark turn. Looks like there might be a little bit of medical malpractice involved in this whole thing. My name is Dan Frampton. This is the Wrestling Absorber. Likes and subs, let's go. So I just rebranded this channel today to be in line with wrestling news and that kind of thing. There's going to be a little bit of a satirical slant to what I do here on this channel, but I am going to be covering real news and be giving real opinions along the way. I'm just hoping that the audience will be smart enough to be able to tell what's a joke and what's real, but either way, I'm not going to hold your hand throughout the entire process. But today, I got a very real situation to discuss with everybody. We all heard of Hulk Hogan, right? Very polarizing character this guy was. On one hand, there wouldn't be professional wrestling like we know it today without him, but on the other hand, he's extremely problematic, very racist, admittedly so. This guy said he's racist to a point. So Hulk Racist to a Point Hogan was claimed to not be a racist by Vince McMahon a week ago or so. But no matter what your opinions on Hulk Hogan are, the circumstances surrounding his death have been a little bit murky, a little bit mysterious to say the least. And today we get a couple more breadcrumbs. And just like always, it's TMZ that is first on the scene with all these Hulk Hogan updates, and their report reads as follows. Hulk Hogan may have been a victim of medical malpractice that may have cost him his life. This, according to sources connected to his death case. And it was very strange, like a couple days before his death, Jimmy Hart, his very close friend, was all like, no, he's so healthy. Hulk Hogan, are you kidding me? This guy is the epitome of health. There always seemed to be something very sketchy going on. I don't think we all know the answers. And I don't even know if today's update is gonna give us the full answer or not. But the report continues. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Sports the Clearwater PD police report regarding the 911 response to Hulk Hogan's home the day he died says an occupational therapist was present at the wrestling legend's Florida residence when he stopped breathing. The report continues. According to the report, which is on lockdown, the therapist told responding officers Hulk was the victim of medical malpractice. The therapist says during a recent operation, it is unclear if it was the surgery to repair the heart or the neck procedure. The surgeon severed his phrenic nerve. The phrenic nerve stimulates the diaphragm, which controls breathing. Well, it seems like the phrenic nerve is something that you need to have in order to continue breathing, right? And saying that this police report is on lockdown is very concerning. There are so many unanswered questions. What is going on? Why won't anybody just say what happened to Hulk Hogan? There is so much secrecy going on over here. The TMZ article continues. Our sources say that Hulk did not have a chest-clenching episode before his passing. Rather, he merely stopped breathing. We're told it was his wife Sky who sounded the alarm when his breathing halted, and that's when the 911 call was made. So that contradicts the earlier reports of a heart attack or a cardiac episode to be the thing that ended his life. He just kind of stopped breathing, they say. Well, where was that information when all this was happening? Where was this therapist? Apparently she was there when it happened. We're not just learning that she was there now, right? What is going on with this Hulk Hogan story? The article continues. We're also told there were conversations among the officers at the scene where they talked about what the therapist had told them, and this is on body cam. It's a fair assumption that the conversation between the occupational therapist and the officers is also on body cam. Yeah, so we got this body cam footage, we got these police reports, all being held under wraps, all classified information. Now, I understand this sort of stuff is going to be classified in a lot of cases, but in this extremely high-profile case, I think it is of public concern that we know what happened here. TMZ goes on to say, Hulk's daughter Brooke has called for an autopsy. As of a week ago, we are told Hulk's body was not yet cremated, but we have not gotten clarity if cremation has taken place. Very sketchy, very weird. What is happening with the Hulk Hogan situation? Something tells me this is gonna go from a heart attack situation to this medical malpractice situation, and it might end up as a murder investigation. I hope not, that's extremely awful. But then at 10:32 this morning, there was an update to the article, and it reads as follows. Hulk Hogan's widow Sky confirms to TMZ Sports the wrestling legend's phrenic nerve was compromised during one of his recent surgeries. She added that an autopsy of Hogan has been done, but she declined to reveal its results. She also said that Hogan's body has not yet been cremated. So the autopsy's done, but the results haven't been disclosed. The police reports haven't been disclosed. All the body cam footage is being hidden under lock and key. Days before his death, people were saying that he was very healthy, nothing to worry about over here. And then out of nowhere, Hulk Hogan just passes away. Very strange. And this happened along the same time that everybody lost Ozzy Osbourne as well. And the Ozzy Osbourne situation is very clean cut. This guy was very sick. He had Parkinson's. It was years long. He was in a wheelchair. Everybody kind of knew that Ozzy Osbourne's time was coming up. He did his last show. And when it happened, yeah, of course it was sad. But with this Hulk Hogan situation, there are questions all along the way. But I find it to be so weird that everybody in this chain of events that surrounded Hulk Hogan's death are acting sketchy. Everybody from the doctors to the police to the therapist to his family members to his friends. I'm sure Hulk Hogan himself would be acting sketchy if he was still around. I have absolutely no idea what's going on here because I really wasn't expecting more Hulk Hogan updates. I thought this was done and dusted, but things just keep developing. Things just keep getting more sketchy and more weird and more questions keep popping up. But as far as the Hulk Hogan situation, that's where it is right now. As soon as there's more developments, you know I'm gonna fire up this camera and make another news video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, see you later, and have a good one.